Okay guys, I wanted to make a video that I think is very, very important, especially to the person that's just starting out trying to make money with smartphones and computers. You know, I have quite an extensive list of applications and websites that I use. I have applications and websites that I dabble in, ones that I'm not so much using on a full-time basis, but I'm still checking out to see if that's something I want to expand into whenever I can afford to dish out the cash for some extra phones. It's like I spent a chunk of money on picking up some more phones recently, and when I say a chunk of money, and tablets as well, I spent right around like $1,300 as a matter of fact on picking up new tablets, new phones, just to expand, and the largest portion of that was paid from this, it paid for itself. I try to explain this to people that don't really understand whenever they see my setup, that this all pays for itself. So it's like you're paying for something and then you're having money on top of the fact that you paid for it. So it's like you double your money. Once it's paid for, you got it all free. You got it all free. So to me, I think it's amazing. You don't find many things in life that will just like totally take care of themselves on their own. Granted, this needs a little bit of babysitting. But yeah, as far as like the applications that I'm using right now, we'll start with Perk. I'm doing Perk TV, Perk TV Live, and let me cut myself short for a second. I know you guys, anybody that is making money this way and has been for quite some time, you're gonna know a lot of these applications. This is more for the person who is just starting, doesn't know much about this stuff. I really want to help those people. I in depth want to help those people, which is exactly why I'm going to put out videos per each app, how to work with each app, down to its full functionality, what all you're supposed to do with the app, how it runs, how well it runs, the little quirks. If you have to exit the app, will it, is this the one that freezes up more than the other one? For the person that starts, so they'll have like a smoother routine for what they're doing, because there's all these little things that go with these apps, that you have to really pay attention to. So this video is for those people. Okay, so Perk TV Live. I was running Wami word search a while back, but I believe that's taken out of the store, and I don't know if they have an APK file for that that you can sideload to your phone. Let's see, Perk word search. That I actually am still running up here on this whiteboard right over here. And let's see, app trailers. I'm not working with Perk Pop Quiz. That's one thing I would like to dabble into, is setting up some Perk Pop Quiz phones. I know that you can make, and this is what I've heard recently and seen online, is that you can make up to $20 a day with Perk. So you could have multiple phones on. I think that the safest bet is to put 5 on each app. That's my personal opinion. Put 5 phones and just kind of see where it goes. But I have heard that some people have up to 20 phones on one Perk app, and they're doing just fine. So it's still making around $20 a day, and they have not been banned from Perk. So Perk is very vague about how you're allowed to make money with them and their terms and conditions. So yes, so app trailers, and then that pretty much clears out everything I'm doing with Perk. As far as other applications, I use Super Pop Quiz, which is part of Earn Honey's website, like making money through their website. They have an application called Super Pop Quiz. I do not use their other apps like TV Glee. I found that they did not pay. For me, they did not pay well at all. It seemed like I was not, they did pay to an extent, and that's another thing. I would like to go back into possibly adding some phones to it, but I just like to see where it heads, and that's for me personally. But Super Pop Quiz is actually working really, really well for me. I'm easily averaging anywhere between right $1.50, somewhere around that, every single day. That's considering I can monitor the phones really well. And yeah, so Super Pop Quiz. I run 7 rewardable phones. If you know, you're just starting out in this, Rewardable is definitely an application that you want to highly consider having the phones. You know, I'm going to do a specific video about this. I want to do a 10 phone tutorial, so the person starting out, you know, they can make a decent amount of money really quickly, you know. And you know, I'll go into that very shortly. Likely tomorrow I will make that video talking about how you can start off with 10 phones and start off well. 10 phones is a pretty easy goal to get to. So let's see, Rewardable, I run Yoolotto, and Yoolotto works pretty well for me. I've heard people say recently that it has declined and how much it pays, you know, and I fairly recently started with Yoolotto. I did have some Yoolotto phones. Months and months ago I had some Yoolotto phones, but not on the scale that I have them now. So, and I mean, it's working pretty decently for me. You know, I've heard that they switched over to Dwala versus paying out through PayPal. So that's something to be worried about just starting in this. You will need a Dwala account. This is what I've heard, and everything that I've read says they've switched to Dwala. So, but still, they do have Amazon cash outs, and that's something that should be noted for the rest of these other apps. They all have Amazon cash outs. You know, you could take your gift cards and you can then sell those gift cards and turn them into PayPal cash. So that's something to consider, you know, as far as like having a Dwala account. I already have a PayPal account. You don't want to have to go through multiple. I mean, I guess it's okay. I do have, you know, my Bitcoin wallet. I use Coinbase for Bitcoin. And it's okay to maybe have a few accounts, but if you have a bank account, a Dwala account, a PayPal account, a Coinbase account, and you've got all these different accounts that you have to go through on a daily basis, on top of the fact that you have to manage all of these phones and your computers, you know, making sure that they're playing these videos right, it could be a little hectic. I want to touch topic on the reason that my phones are not rooted. You know, I do not have rooted phones, and the reason behind that is because I have people that help me with my setup. And granted, I can teach that person how to work with the computer. We are very comfortable in the routine that we have. You know, it's very easy for us to sit here and just walk up to the phones, you know, and just click, it's done, and then go about our business. You know, and I'm whenever I'm asleep, I've got someone that's there to be able to go click on their accounts. So, you know, I guess to branch out into the websites that I use, let me make sure I've got all of these applications out. Running out of time just a little bit. So yeah, Rewardable, Yoolotto, all of my Perk phones. That's it. Yeah. Well, let me get into the applications that I dabble in. I'm currently working with AdFund. That's one that I think would be an okay payout. If I worked with it well enough, I could see some decent payouts there. But once again, I need to have more phones, you know, to make that happen. Already having 91 devices, geez, it's a little crazy, the thought of adding even more phones. But yeah, okay, so website-wise, I'm running EarnGG, EarnHoney. Those are pretty much, well, I should say this, Mintvine and also iRazoo. Those are some of the main websites that I'm using right now. EarnGG is seeing similar payouts for me as to EarnHoney. I'm making right around the same amount that I'm making with EarnHoney on EarnGG. So, you know, it's like, I feel like they're almost like brother and sister right now, you know, like people are downplaying EarnHoney, but I'm still making decent money from EarnHoney, so I don't see what all of the complaints are about. And it might be because of location, like someone's location, they are not making what another person is in another location due to ads not being available. But yeah, websites I'm dabbling in though. I'm checking out Prize Rebel. These are the websites that I've heard some bad things about, you know, that you want to kind of be wary going into, but they do pay out. You know, if you go to, there's a specific website that I really like to look at. It's called Net Business Rating. The other one is called Survey Police. Both of those websites will tell you if a website is legitimate or if it's illegitimate. You know, if people have had a lot of issues with it, those are two key things you really want to pay attention to. Is those two main websites. They're going to tell you exactly whether you're actually going to make money somewhere or if it's a scam. You know, so yeah, Net Business Rating and Survey Police. The websites I dabble in are Quick Rewards, that is one. Prize Rebel, I told you that, I believe. Grind a Buck, and I'm messing around with Earnably. Yeah, Earnably. I feel like that's one that, you know, I really should consider trying to find ways to make more money with that. I've heard good things with Earnably. Like I said, all of this stuff is a work in progress. You know, I didn't get here overnight. Don't expect that you will get here overnight unless you have some decent money to shell out really fast, and some people do. You definitely will not make it here overnight if you don't. So yeah, I think that should pretty much cover this video though. If you guys have anything you want to ask me about these websites, you know, especially some of the ones that I'm dabbling in, feel free to ask me any questions. The majority of the other sites, minus the main sites that I'm using, are pretty much survey sites, but they also, I should say, each one of the sites that I named has Engage Me TV, and while Engage Me TV is better for some sites than it is for other sites, especially whenever it comes to like EarnGG right now, it being so great for EarnGG, you know, there's still opportunities on these sites to make money, and you could still be checking them out every single day. You could still, in your free time, go to one site and find the easiest little surveys or things like that to do, and just let that multiply. I really want to point out one other survey site that I'm really looking at. Is called Paid Viewpoints, and they're like really quick, short surveys, and this is what I've heard, that it's supposed to begin accumulating a trace score. You know, and I've got my trade score up to like right around like 1,000 right now. But once you make it to around 9,000, I've heard that you are supposed to be able to start earning a lot more per survey that you do. So once you put this work in, taking like 10 cents at a time for all of these short, it takes you 5 minutes to do each one, if that. You know, so it's easy to do them. I would recommend that for someone that's starting out in surveys. You know, just getting started in surveys and doesn't really have a lot of time, or is you know, basically is has a chaotic lifestyle at that moment. They're still working a job. I would say, hey, check it out in your free time, do it here and there, and who knows, maybe you'll get that up to that certain amount of trace score, and you'll start making some decent money from surveys from that website. So I definitely will post videos along the way that explain how my setup is growing, and, you know, key points just like that website, Paid Viewpoint, you know, whether it's working out really well for me. So, but yeah, I don't think there's much else I could go into. You know, if you guys have any questions, just let me know down below. I'm also on Facebook under the same name, eCash Society. It's building up a lot quicker than what I thought it would. So yeah, you guys just, you know, get at me and let me know what's up.